far as
Hey folks, welcome in. Thank you for joining us on the Sacramento Community Watch. I am your host, Reno News Now, also known as the ADHD Auditor, along with my co-host, Chief England from Sacramento Community Watch.
What's up, everybody? Thanks for joining us. We're very excited that you guys are here. Thank you so much.
Yep. And we do have some more people joining us tonight. From last weekend, we had in the chat, Bezy Watchdog. He's joining us with us tonight live as well.
What's up, Bezy?
How's it going,
guys?
Oh, another week, another wonderful Thursday as we do these live streams. So,
yep.
Well,
got some awesome for you guys.
Just real quick, I like to call Thursday actually Thorsday. There's a little funny story behind that. I ran into a really crappy cop that I just put him on blast and terrorized him for like 2 months with Chuck Bronson, and his first name was Thor. So we like to call it Thorsday.
Or, Tony the Tyrant Day over here,
Oh, yeah.
You go.
Triple T.
So, yeah, I didn't have Stream Deck up yet. I was trying to get things squared away at the last minute here. And then also joining us tonight is a new watchman to the Sacramento Community Watch. We have Dakota with us. How's it going, Dakota?
How you doing tonight?
We're doing good.
Awesome.
So we got a video that we kind of want to show with Dakota that we ran into a police officer earlier today, and then we're going to get into Bezy Watchdog. But as always, we always do housekeeping as we begin these things. Chief, do we have anything for housekeeping? I don't really think we do.
Yeah, let me see if I can pull up that email really quick, because we did get a response from Brian McQuaddy, a sergeant with the Internal Affairs Department, on behalf of the complaint that we put in against tyrannical officer Anthony Satello, badge number 15032. So they there he is. So their reply to that email, we had, put in an inquiry like what's going on with the investigation. And so wait a minute, let me find this email because it's like not showing up here. Okay, there we go. So his reply was, "Good afternoon. Thank you for reaching out to the Reno Police Department regarding your concerns about our employees' conduct. This information will be reviewed and determined what appropriate actions are needed. If you have any further questions or concerns, please let us know. Thank you." So that was here on January 31st. I'm sorry. I read the wrong email. Forgive me.
And while you're finding that email, we just want to put a shout out to Chevy. Thank you for giving the 5 Bezy Watchdog memberships. Shout out to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, bro.
As always, if you do leave a super chat or super sticker, we will highlight them as we go along or at the end of the show. So head on over to Sacramento Community Watch if you want to leave a gift membership there or a super chat over there or a super sticker. And of course, Bezy Watchdog has gift memberships and super stickers and super chats as well. We're streaming on all of our channels. All the channels are linked in the description. So if you want to, feel free to leave a comment as well.
Okay, so folks, I did locate that email, and Sergeant McQuaddy's response to that email was, "Good morning. The investigation has been completed, but the case is still under the appeal process. So I guess obviously they found some wrongdoing." He also goes on explaining that once the case has gone through the appeal process, you will receive an email with the final outcome. Thank you for reaching out and have a great weekend. I don't know why it takes so long. We all know that police investigations take 30 years for some odd reason. There's a huge lack of transparency and accountability throughout law enforcement. So we'll keep an eye on this, and we'll bring you guys the latest info when we receive it.
And as a matter of fact, we got a video today that goes through the whole police accountability thing that the civil rights lawyer covered that we're going to cover tonight as well with the Sacramento Sheriff's Department. So stay tuned for that, folks.
Yeah,
go ahead.
The next video that we're going to showcase or let you guys view is on behalf of Dakota. Thank you so much for that video, bro. He's our new watchman with the Sacramento Community Watch. And here we go.
Oh.
The tyrant, the one that likes to bully people around. Yeah, go figure that. Ain't this lovely? Yep.
Look at him. You got some new shoes finally, too.
Which officer is this again?
Anthony Satello.
Oh, Tony the Tyrant?
Yep.
Yes, sirree. They do not like this.
What he needs to do is get a better attitude.
Yeah, if you guys...
Like, he needs to get a better education.
Yeah, on the law. If you guys aren't familiar, this is Tyrant Officer Anthony Satello. He's going to be the one with his foot on the sidewalk right there. He is the one who unlawfully arrested or detained me for recording him from a public sidewalk, slammed me up against the window, placed handcuffs on me. And yeah, it's just terrible.
Chief, that's not a detainment. That's an arrest.
Yeah, definitely.
It turned into a de facto arrest. I mean, they issued him a citation. Tony was wanting to take him to the Washoe County Jail again. Because again, how many weeks was it? Like just a few weeks before. What was his name? His name escapes me already.
Christian Hoyt.
Hoyt. Yeah. Hoyt wound up arresting him as well, and they wound up letting him go scot-free out of the jail. Supervisor was called on this complaint. Of course, they muted the body camera and destroyed the evidence of what the actual conversation was. But, that's where we get these quips from is...
Am I going to be famous too? You're going to put me on your YouTube video?
And...
Do you see the color that I am?
When asked what, you're depriving my rights under color of law. What color? Do you see the color of my skin? It's like, what does that have to do with anything?
Yeah.
You're a police officer.
Law. And he didn't distinguish between the two. He shouldn't be a police officer. He's dangerous. He's a dangerous cop. Dangerous.
Guess who it is?
Oh, I'm surprised Tony didn't jump on her right there for invading his crime scene.
Exactly.
I was going to say interference just for looking.
Oh, yeah. Oh, by the way, folks, I just took a look at the case details for on that case. Still hasn't gotten out of early case assignment, and there's been no movements on anything yet. So we're still just waiting at this point, I guess, for the missing 35 minutes of transcript. So, yeah.
Yeah.
And shout out to Dakota for even getting closer and exercising his rights, man. Look at him.
Notice he didn't mess with the guy with the camera this time. Do you think maybe he got an education? Maybe somebody slapped the back of his hand finally?
Bingo.
No, I think he got an ass chew and he just learned not to piss off the guy at the camera currently for at least 60 days until things calm down. He can get in trouble again. He's probably on probation or something.
Yeah, he probably is.
They've had a lot of training on our team, so I think that they're finally getting the drift here. That there's certain laws in Nevada, NRS 171.1233, that gives us lawful right to record the law enforcement officers during the course of their duties, and there's laws in place that say they can't interfere with us recording as well. So I think they might be, getting a little more hip to the laws here in the state of Nevada, which is good.
Right.
If you notice, though, if you scroll back about 5 seconds, go back to Tony the Tyrant Tiger here. Look at that face. I don't know if you can slow down. Look at his face right here. Look how he's just.
Yeah.
Look at the disdainment, dude. That's called somebody pulled back the leash and is choking him right now because he's got his restraints tied right now. He probably got into some trouble. He ain't learned. Look at that attitude. It's almost like I'm pissed at you because I got written up.
Yep, I got to sit here and let you record me.
It's like I want to say something, but I can't. I got my butt hurt cream on because my ass was chewed out.
Yeah. And that's Scott Gauthier, the officer behind him.
Hey, by the way, sorry, man. KCA's in the house. Kansas City Accountability.
KC.
Shout out to you, man.
And he's good close friends with CTI, by the way, Central Tyrant Investigations. I let him know, trying to get him up here in the house so that we can get him live if possible.
Yeah, KCA, if you want in, just let us know in chat and we'll try to send you a link.
Can you officers identify your name and badge number for me? Okay, that's okay, because we know who you are.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, we know you like bullying people around, intimidating them.
All right. Well, have a good day, sir.
Yeah.
No, you have a good day.
Yep.
Don't you just love that? As soon as you call them out on anything, have a good day, sir. Have a good day, sir. It's just downright disgraceful.
Yeah, I get that here in Texas too. That's exactly how they're trained. When they get like that, they will say, "Have a good day, sir." Yep.
Age go hum looks like a chum. Well, you know what?
He looks like a man.
He looked like a man.
Respect my authority.
That intimidation will never work on me. I promise that.
Thank you.
Yeah, you have a nice day. This is live stream on YouTube too.
Awesome.
Hey, Dakota, you should quit backwards. I hope you have the day that you deserve.
Exactly. But
I hope you have the day you deserve.
I've actually told the cop to have an effed up day. I don't care about mine.
Dakota, I want to.
Hey, piss me off, man. Piss me off.
Awesome job.
A
Yeah.
lot of views.
Oh yeah, I guarantee I do.
See you, Turkey, be careful. Yeah. I know, impede traffic. Sorry, guys.
Impeding traffic, trying to city ordinance.
Yeah, he knows he's impeding traffic. You know, there has to be a point at some point where they got to go, okay, we got to go park our cars.
Yeah.
This, you know, let the traffic flow, but they don't care. You know, they get these wonderful toys that they think they can break the law with. It's just so stupid.
Laws for the
Chief, put up that comment by Kurt Bronson.
Kurt Bronson.
Oh, we're not videotaping you. I'm just taping the cops.
You see the comment by Kurt?
Which one?
The 1049 one.
1049.
Talks about their faces turning red.
I can't seem to find it.
Really? It's down at the bottom. The last four up.
Oh, there it is. There it is. I'm sorry about that. Kurt Bronson. Their faces turning red when Bezy corners them. Love it.
Absolutely. Their faces always turn red.
Dude,
Oh, this is that
that's just from
officer
anger,
that's,
like Tony here.
Yeah, exactly.
The tyrant, the one that likes to bully people around. Yeah.
Oh.
Go
Yeah, that's a replay.
Skip back on
Oh
accident.
yeah, I guarantee I do.
See you, Turkey, be careful. Yeah.
Might be impeding traffic.
Sorry, guys.
He's so nervous. He probably shitted his
Oh,
head.
we're not videotaping you. I'm just taping the cops.
That's the end of that one.
Videotaping anything. We don't use video anymore. We're recording.
It's all digital, but yeah, no.
Oh, CTI's in the house.
CTI, what's good, y'all? Everything CTI, everything's going good. But yeah, no, that whole video, Tony was doing what? absolutely nothing. He was holding the curb down with his foot.
And mind you, he was the one who made the arrest. His handcuffs were missing out of the pocket there in the back. He was the one who made that arrest. He's such a effing tyrant, dude. It makes no sense.
It doesn't. No. So, okay. So we're going to go into our main featured videos. We're actually going to kind of skip around here a little bit from our predetermined playlist here, but all is good. First video we're going to be featuring tonight is from one of our guest hosts, Bezy Watchdog.
Actually, it was the.
I think you guys were going to be a civil rights lawyer first.
Oh, we were, but I think we were going to skip right to you. No. Or are we going civil rights? Okay.
That's out of Sacramento. That's out of our city. And we need to put that out there as quick as possible.
Okay. Let me pull that up here.
No disrespect, BZ. We got you on next.
We already talked about it. You said you were going to pull that up first anyway.
I apologize. I must have ADD'd over it there. Okay. So the first video we're going to do tonight is by the civil rights lawyer. And the video that we're going to be showing tonight is, remember the cops who shoved an elderly woman out the door? That's that video that we were just teasing at just a few moments ago about police accountability. Let's watch it, folks.
February, showing the Sacramento County deputies literally throwing an elderly woman out of their jail. Lots of updates. About 2 weeks later, their spokesman had a sheriff's podcast where they had the internal affairs people on, and they discussed this case.
So obviously, we've made the news. Some recent events, not in a really
great
light.
Guys.
But their explanation about why they've provided no information is pretty lame.
A big criticism is, why aren't you guys talking about it? And why don't you have a statement? And the short answer is, it's under investigation. Sounds like a cop-out to a lot of people, but it's not.
Just a few days ago, that same spokesman gave an interview to the TV news where he revealed that just 4 days after their podcast, the deputy who actually did the throwing was fired. And he said that the investigation was now closed.
He was actually terminated by Sheriff Cooper on March 14th of this year. Obviously, the investigation began back in October and has since concluded.
Okay, they fired one bad apple. I don't know about you, but I count 6 police officers there in these videos. They left their faces blurred, they left them anonymous, and they closed the investigation. What about them?
That's true.
One of the main points that I made in my first video on this was that it was outrageous that you had all these police officers who watched their colleague throw this elderly woman, and not only did they do nothing about it, but it appeared that they were all laughing about it and having a great time. Surely the other deputies there took quick action, rendered medical treatment to the elderly lady, and then arrested their colleague for assault and battery. Do you think that happened? Of course not. In fact, not even close.
Disgusting.
They left her out there injured as they just walked in, like it was something that they do all the time. Given the fact that this happened at their own jail.
How is that protecting and serving, folks? Seriously. How is that protecting and serving, throwing a person out the door?
Yeah, she hit the concrete.
Punishing and enslaving.
You know, and I agree with everything that the civil rights lawyer had said. What about those other cops? You know, an assault happened on an elderly woman, and one guy gets fired and 5 cops let it happen. Let's continue.
They were in possession of the surveillance footage showing that this happened, as well as the body cam footage from the very beginning. I'll link the prior video if you want to watch the full footage. But in a nutshell, it takes place at this jail in Sacramento, and this elderly woman was in the jail as an inmate. She did have some mental health issues, and she's being discharged. So she has to interact with the only officer whose name has been released, the one who was fired, Matthew Gurich. She has to interact with him in the processing out of the jail.
Hello.
Experience. Hi.
Hello. Let me see your right hand. All right. Just this one, okay?
Yeah.
We gotta go like this.
Yeah. What?
Because I gotta make sure that
It doesn't look like what is.
I just want to point out some comments here. Small Miracles Garage says 99 quote, good cops watch one bad cop and don't stop him, that's 100 bad cops. 100%. Absolutely true. Oops. Let's see. Louise Rue says, bro, WTF. I've never seen this before from the Popos. Louise, watch more First Amendment videos. Oh my God. You do see this happening all the time. There needs to be a change in police accountability, and it needs to start at the federal level, in my opinion. And it starts with putting the law back in law enforcement. Let's continue to watch this. This is just downright deplorable.
This is supposed to be anyway.
Okay. Anyways.
He's basically being a sarcastic jerk to her. She's voicing her frustrations.
Stop
this
talking.
Will not happen again, officers.
If you want to go home, you get a sign.
For this,
let's focus on this.
For this, listen.
Sign one more time.
Just one more statement.
Really?
One
so
statement.
At one point, the deputy touches her. She says, don't touch me. There was no big deal that was occurring. No crime had been committed. He just had to process this lady out.
Listen to me.
Okay.
So, like, I need you to listen
Okay, please don't touch me.
I need you to listen
Please
to me.
watch your contact, okay?
Okay.
Please stand back. You will need...
Again,
respect my authority.
You know,
at the officer, they would have been ready to slam you right in your face. Had you walked up to them, put your hand on their shoulder, like, officer, I'm just a First Amendment auditor. I'm just recording you. You know,
they would have made you another Carolina and Fort Worth.
Exactly.
You need
to stop talking and just listen to us.
Wow.
What did you say? Look how they make the officers talk. Please don't have another police to come and get me out of the grocery store. You want to hear what I'm saying?
I don't, really.
They're dumb, and they want to make dumb. They want to make dumb.
He decided to make a big deal about it, and so all these police officers had to escort this elderly lady, just for running her mouth, out of the building.
Okay.
Start walking this way.
Lawsuit, First Amendment retaliation.
Just start walking
What
this way.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
We're escorting you outside.
That's a Fourth Amendment violation.
Assaulting my partner.
Me, I assaulted you.
Yes, you did. You're okay.
Okay.
Okay, so we got a First Amendment violation for redressing the grievances of our government. We got a Fourth Amendment violation for unwanted assault and seizure here. Oh, geez.
Technically, that's aggravated assault. He's carrying a gun on his hip.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Along with
one of the deputies in the background is heard saying that you assaulted my partner.
Yeah, you assaulted my. You see how the narrative begins, folks. Yeah, you assaulted my partner. That gives me justification to put my hands on you and throw you out the door when she never assaulted him. If anything, he assaulted her first.
It's like putting handcuffs on someone and saying, stop resisting when there's no resisting.
And continuing to beat him, exactly. Central Tyrant Investigations. This makes me want to go out and cop watch now. Everybody should go out and cop watch.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was doing it 2 days ago and auditing, dude. So
me and Dakota just got back in from recording here in Reno. They didn't want no smoke. We didn't see any traffic stops, any type of contact with police whatsoever. I was out there in my bullhorn though, letting the people know about their rights. So we had fun.
Rolling, you be careful.
You'll be okay.
They want to sue the department. I'm telling you, they want to sue the department. Okay.
Well, I want to sue the department for her.
Terrible contact.
And again, the mating calls of a tyrant. Okay. They're not listening to anything. It's just, okay, I want to get through my day. I don't want to deal with you. You are a criminal because you were in my jail, and therefore you are the bad guy. She's not a criminal anymore. She's a free American, and now you're doing this to a free American? Oh, my God.
Nazi Germany, 1941.
Exactly.
This is contact.
You'll be okay.
You're going to be reported. FBI is overseeing this and how you are.
Thank you.
And because she ran her mouth and he felt disrespected or whatever, he thought it would be funny to literally throw her or shove her out of the building. And that's what he did.
Have a good night.
You'll be okay.
Oh.
You seen that push? He went like that. Oh my gosh. This is the second time I'm watching this today, and it still just makes me angry, folks.
Let's roll that back a little bit.
Did her head hit the cement?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, watch.
Fall.
Here,
She couldn't make her fall.
Yeah.
They want to sue the department. Okay. Okay, this is terrible contact. This
People
is
wonder why
contact.
This is outside.
You're gonna be
This is
reported.
outside.
FBI is overseeing this and how you act.
Thank you.
And because she ran her mouth and he felt disrespected or whatever, he thought it would be funny to literally throw her or shove her out of the building. And that's what he did.
Have a good night.
Watch. He reeled back and went boom.
Her head, you know what? Her head almost hit that pole, man. That's what I thought it hit initially.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she went to the house. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I was going to say that he actually goes on to explain her medical condition afterwards. So, deplorable garbage. That's BS. It definitely is. It definitely is.
It's sad.
Oh my God.
People wonder why we report law enforcement.
Before you all start the camera again, let me ask you this: When did this happen? On October 24, right?
10/7/24, according to the Axon body camera at 23:16 hours.
When did TCRL cover it?
I'm not sure. I don't have all of his, I would have to pull up his information here.
Last month.
The only reason I say that, and this was Sacramento PD, right?
No,
Sacramento Sheriff.
Okay. All I can suggest, and I'm not about inciting any violence, but I would definitely, everybody that's on this channel, my channel, Dakota's channel, anybody that's watching this live stream tonight, this is what I would recommend. I don't incite violence, nor do I encourage any forms of incitement. You do have the right to redress your grievances, and I would call like tomorrow morning, if I get time in between all my stuff, if not Monday, I would make a phone call regarding this situation, talk to a supervisor, let them know that you want that officer should be charged at the least, with a crime of what he. I mean, that's almost like technically almost red rumming her. It's very similar to the Carolina and Fort Worth with what I'm seeing what he did on an elderly female. I mean, it's just this is outrageous and egregious, man. I would literally flood their phones and call them and let them know that this officer should not only be fired, but he should be charged with a crime.
Well, I believe he was fired, but he should be definitely charged with a crime. And then every single officer who witnessed this and did not take action should be fired as well, or at least be suspended for 30, 90 days or something like that. But
now,
yeah, let's
say that he thinks he was fired. Do you guys have any update on that as of yet?
No, in the video they do say he's fired.
Yeah, he was fired by the sheriff, Jim Cooper of Sac County.
But yeah, we'll keep going here, folks. I mean, this is just the background story, and there is updates with this case from this video.
The woman has now been identified because her son saw this on TV. And we now know that she was very seriously injured, and apparently that broke her hip, and she was hospitalized for 3 months after that. And even worse, during the time in which she was hospitalized, her husband died. So she didn't even get to see him again. It was captured from 3 different surveillance cameras. We see it from multiple angles, and then we have multiple body-worn camera views showing that it happened. I mean, this was highly documented as far as audio-visual evidence goes. This was basically a internal affairs present, nicely gift-wrapped for them. As I mentioned in the prior video, they only put one of the deputies, the one who threw her, on paid administrative leave at that time. Now,
yeah, break the law, paid administrative leave, folks.
Paid vacation, in other words.
Paid vacation. You get to sit at home and think about what you did. They're not thinking about what they did. They're sitting there watching crime dramas and, police videos and learning all the wrong things about the law and how to do their job. When they should be during those paid administrative leaves, they should be doing nothing but computer-based learning on the law. Left, right, and center, in my opinion. If you're going to pay them, make them do some work and make them get an education and make them learn how to do their jobs properly. Just sad. Elderly Shillo, or Jody Shillo, elder abuse. Exactly. I mean, there is crimes where against elders and, assault on an elderly person. He should definitely be charged with that. John Wallace, that piece of S cop, should be in jail for life. And other than 10 years jail time and personally sued.
And the other deputies.
Yeah, and when the cops violating your rights should be personally sued, money coming from their paychecks. Yeah, unfortunately, John, whenever you do sue them in their personal capacity, you also, when you do the lawsuit, you also tack on the sheriff, you also tack on, all these other cops that are in there, and it becomes such a big role of people that you're suing, including the state of California and the county, that the county winds up taking over. And they wind up paying everything, so it comes out of your tax dollars. The police officer, when you do these, if you can get past qualified immunity, which she should be able to, just step over it, shouldn't be that hard for her to do in this situation. But unfortunately, nothing happens to the actual officer than a slap on the wrist because their insurance pays out this money to the victims. $6 million. Jeff says a $6 million lawsuit is what I too for. So we're going to continue on, folks.
Now, at least one of those deputies is, of course, on paid administrative leave, while this, quote, use of force is investigated by the internal affairs of the sheriff's department and also by the Sacramento County District Attorney's Office. But why wasn't that done back in October? And why isn't the guy who shoved her in jail right now? The footage speaks for itself. It's disgusting. Every one of those guys needs to be fired, possibly prosecuted, because they were entrusted with the badge while observing this woman literally flying through the air. Why weren't all 6 of these guys put on at least paid administrative leave? This happened back in October of 2024. They didn't even put the main deputy involved on paid administrative leave until February of 2025. They didn't fire that deputy until March 14th of 2025. They didn't even tell the public about it until April 17th of 2025. Or thereabouts. Yet they were in possession of the video footage showing that there were 6 police officers involved in injuring this woman. Now, these internal affairs people are just cops. They are not lawyers that are going to do any sort of constitutional analysis. All they are doing is investigating what happened and comparing that to their policies and procedures.
And see, right there is the big mistake, folks, is the internal affairs process should be removed from the police department, should be put into the hands of the citizen, usually with a civilian review board, that 3 has a lawyer on it that could watch out for the laws being broken and wind up watching out for civil rights violations, so that way 4 proper justice can be served. Having a cop look over it is just like complaining to Walmart going, this person was bad. They did bad things to me. And then, we investigated ourselves. We did nothing wrong. And then all they get is a slap on the wrist.
By the way, the myth, the man, the legend himself, the ultimate cop watcher in the house, Chuck Bronson. Don't know if you see that right there.
Chuck Bronson. How's it going, guys?
Right there.
He does awesome work. I love his work. 100%. Shout out to
Their
Chuck.
policy and procedure manual is available to look at online. So I looked at it, and it provides in section 300.2.1 that all of their police officers have a duty to intercede. Any officer present in observing another law enforcement officer or an employee using force that is clearly beyond that which is necessary, such as throwing an elderly woman, as determined by an objectively reasonable officer under the circumstances, shall, when in a position to do so, intercede to prevent the use of unreasonable force. Did we see any of those 6 police officers intercede? In other words, stop the guy from throwing the elderly lady, or even helping the elderly lady, or calling an ambulance for her, or asking her if she's okay, or checking on her, or arresting their colleague? They did nothing. They did not intercede.
And that's the thing, folks. Until cops start arresting their own for breaking the law, this is never going to get better. It's always that thin blue line BS that's always as wide as a freaking canyon. Don't you guys agree?
Absolutely, 100%. And it's getting wider and wider, and it just makes
You'll be okay.
It's just,
Even they said, ooh, they already knew.
That is 100% conclusively proven by the video footage. That does not take months and months and months to determine.
and at one point during the video, I saw a 3-striper there. So sergeant was on duty, a supervisor. A supervisor let this happen, folks.
Are you sure that looked like a 2-striper? You
No,
should
that
roll
was
that back.
2-striper.
Well, no, one, as they were walking out, I thought I saw a 3-striper.
No, 2-striper.
Was a 2-striper? Okay, so a lieutenant, a manager. A manager let this happen.
It's not a lieutenant.
Oh, and I don't know the stripes. I'm sorry.
You let the guy that knows how to train abuse and violation of law actually sit there and supervise these little kids. Because the corporals and the field training officers are the biggest problem right now.
Yep.
Manny Quinn, it should be both. Intercede and intervene. Exactly. It should be either or.
Their policy manual also states, under section 300.2.2, failure to intercede. Any officer who has received the required training on the duty to intercede and then fails to act to intercede when required by law may be disciplined in the same manner as the officer who used force beyond that which is necessary. That means that all 6 of these officers, under their own policies, they are all responsible under their own policies just as much as the cop whose face was unblurred, who was put on administrative leave, and who was fired. Their own policy is that because the rest of them did nothing, they are equally responsible. Their policies also provide in section 300.2.4 that there is a duty to report excessive force, such as throwing an elderly lady out the door. Any officer who observes a law enforcement officer use force that potentially exceeds what the officer reasonably believes to be necessary shall immediately report these observations to a supervisor. So these being their policies, my question is, why have the other officers not been placed on leave? Why have they not also been fired? Why have their names not been released? Why have their faces not been unblurred? They said the investigation is complete. Not that it should take months and months of an investigation to determine this. All you have to do is watch the footage. There is absolutely nothing in the world any of those police officers can say. You can conduct all the interviews you want. There's nothing that they can say that will make what we see in the video, what we hear in the video, justified. Many of these incidents that I highlight on this YouTube channel are completely indefensible. And many times the only defense that is given is, well, he's anti-police. He's anti-law enforcement. And that's designed to just encourage people to completely write off what they've seen. Don't allow that to work because it's not true. In fact, it's exactly the opposite. If you're pro-police, if you're pro-law enforcement, if you're pro-law and order, by definition, you are pro getting rid of people who have broken the law, who are police officers, who are abusing their badge, abusing their authority, who are breaking the law, who are breaking their oath to uphold the constitutional rights of people. I'm pro-police. I'm just anti-bad police. I'm anti-bad apples. I have current police officers, retired police officers every day from across the country reach out, give me tips on things, thank me for doing this. Because a lot of times police officers themselves, if they try to do something, if they try to say something, many times they suffer retaliation just like we do. Good police officers support getting rid of bad police officers and exposing what they've done. And they know, just like we know, that the most effective way of doing that is through public exposure. Remember, we're dealing with government here, not individuals. You can support police officers that you know, that you like, that you trust, and maybe you are one. You can support the police, but you never want to knee-jerk support the government. Do you automatically trust the ATF, the FBI? No. Government is government. Government will screw you at every opportunity. That's why it's important that we expose government misconduct. That is pro-police, that's pro-constitution, that's pro-law and order, that's pro-America. It's important that everybody do their part, and what you can do here is the same thing you did with the last video. I'll put all the contact information for the Sacramento County Sheriff's Office and also for the Sacramento County District Attorney's Office. They cannot be allowed to get away with this. And also the rest of their faces need to be unblurred. They need to be exposed, just like other criminals in our society. They got rid of one of the bad apples, but there are more. And if they're not going to discipline the others, they need to explain themselves. And they have not released any sort of report in this case. The best thing that you can do, though, is to share this footage. The more people that see it, the more likely it is that more bad apples will be held accountable. As always, thanks for watching, even when videos are sometimes difficult to watch. Please subscribe here and also at the blog at thecivilrightslawyer.com.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and bring that off stage. But folks, links.
That's what I always say, back the blue until they faceplant you.
Yeah, and I was just telling people over the intercom today, back the blue until it happens to you. Always report to police, folks. There's no reason why you shouldn't. Even if they're not dealing with you, record it from across the street if you have to. I don't give a damn. Just record them.
Central Tyrant Investigation says the entire dang flag is blue now. To be quite honest, it really is. To be quite honest, they shouldn't even be using that. It's a gang symbol, folks. And videos like this just prove that it's a gang symbol. I'd like to point out, folks, that all of our links are in the descriptions to the original content over on the Sacramento Community Watch. You can check out The Civil Rights Lawyer by clicking on the link below and link back to that video if you want to watch it on your own time. So the next one we're going to do is from actually Bezy Watchdog.
Yeah.
Let me share this tab and put it back on the screen.
Awesome right here, guys.
So this is one of our featured videos tonight. ID refusal, cop gets owned and left speechless, full fail, First Amendment audit. So we're going to be watching that one. Let me go ahead and get that on the screen.
To exercise our First Amendment right to record in public and hope that they don't call the police department on us. So let's go ahead and get into it.
Oh, with glasses,
Filming this car. What is this car doing? This car's breaking the law.
Thank you, B-Dog, Be More.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yep, this lady's gonna go in and say something.
There's a guy out there with a camera.
He's shooting 60 frames per second.
Or she'll call in. She just made it look too obvious.
Luis Ruiz, I'm going to give you your shout out right now.
That's why she turned around like. Oh yeah, yeah, there you go. Get a good image of her.
That's Carolina Fort Worth, by the way.
Hey, shout out to Carolina.
Yeah, go like, share, and subscribe to his channel as well.
Her channel.
Her channel, I'm sorry. There, she said there.
Bingo.
Now, we thought this was an angry Darren, but this was like all of a sudden a weird twist to look it up here.
Are you really? Oh my gosh, I watch you all the time, man, on YouTube.
What's going on, brother?
Which one are you?
Bezy Watchdog. We love the support. We appreciate it.
Yeah, man. I watch you all the time.
I want to hear.
Oh, we got a fan.
Well, I was investigating Burleson with another auditor over the summer, and I got reports from the same individual who lives nearby, that they're at their antics again. So we came out here, we stopped a lot of the nonsense stops and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And now they're kind of back at it again. So now we're
got a history with Burleson cops. They're horrible. Yeah, they bogus me. They DWI'd me one time. It was so bogus it wasn't even funny. It ruined my freaking life.
Oh, I heard some place was starting to try to get a law put together where if the DWI arrest was bogus, they have to start tracking them. So, start reporting in that, somebody was arrested for a DWI when they shouldn't have been arrested. So that way they can find out if this is a problem. I forget which state it was, but it's about time.
Right now in Albuquerque, I know in Albuquerque right now, they're under investigation with a DUI scam they've been running between the state police, the sheriff's department, and the city cops, all basically doing something with referring them to this one specific lawyer to get them out of the DUI. They're basically not showing up for court. They're getting cutbacks from the lawyer.
Oh, geez.
It's almost the news big.
I'm glad they're being investigated.
Yeah, it's almost as bad as the Kansas City two-step, is from what I... Jeez.
I think it's run in the face because I saw it.
Yeah, so just do us a favor.
Fired, right?
Do us a favor though. If you're gonna go in the bank?
I'm not going in the bank. I just saw y'all turning right. I go, that looks like CFW.
I was hoping he was going to go to the bank. I was telling him, hey, you got a man out.
So what we do is...
What was that?
I told him, I said, look, if you're going to go to the bank, and he's like, no, I'm like, I wish you were going in the bank, because then you can sit there and go, hey, you've got some people out there filming, so we would have to sit out there longer,
Oh, and have them go, so we got complaints about you. Yeah. As much as we wish we could, we don't really like doing that, though.
We try. I don't know if you've seen the bank audits.
Yes. Where you stand outside.
We just stand outside, man. And this bank has already sent her a cease and desist. Is the only reason we're at this bank again.
So where is their property? So
this is an open space easement right here.
You see the telephone pole? This is how you can tell.
Well, no. On the corners, Carolina, there's an open space easement that goes from. That's why their bushes are angled. It's an open space. You got to look at the plats. But
you definitely do, folks. You got to look at those plats.
Like this little Karen right here, she's probably going to call somebody.
Oh, yeah. The little Honda.
And what's going to happen too is they're going to lie. They're also going to lie on the 911 call that I'm going to pull, plus the body cam footage when I go inside. That's how I test them and file my complaints.
But you want to find out which ones are bad and which ones are good.
There's a couple of cops on my list already that I know are dirty, but they've been covered it so well it's been hard to find them. But there are a couple that they just plain and Jane because they're dumb. But the really smart ones are the ones that they know not to do anything around the camera. I haven't been able to catch
Reno.
the two cops that I'm talking about.
Reno.
Yes, sir.
The dirty cop that I'm talking about, that I've been investigating, and I pulled his jacket. He actually shows up on this call, by the way. I'm just going to leave that right.
So this is why you said this one is a banger, huh?
It's going to get good. It should have been a real banger like that other one was, but this one is really good.
Yes.
AFA covered this one.
Oh, cool.
At least they got that dumbass DA out of here. They don't mean it. There's another guy in there now. I haven't heard anything bad about him yet, but it's just a matter of time.
See, and that's another thing too, is they need to get the district attorneys who conspire with these cops out of there as well. You know,
so for life in the house.
It's corruption all the way up to the top there, man.
They got rid of LaSalle?
You see how I noticed I'm not even pointing my camera at the bank half the time.
I just want some autographs, man. If that's cool. I got one in my car.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, man.
No, that's awesome.
He wanted autographs. He wanted autographs.
An autograph from YouTubers, man. That's awesome.
I've had that happen to me twice since we've been downtown Reno. The second time just happened the other day. Let me get your autograph. I was like, wow, don't even look at me like I'm famous.
Oh, wait, I had a question though. Have you guys ever been called a First Amendment protester when you're just out there recording?
No, I haven't heard that. Oh, First
Wait
Amendment
till you hear the
protest.
next got this video.
But yeah, Tony, just so you know, yeah, we are.
You're gonna be famous too. You're gonna put me on your YouTube video. Okay, they're a YouTube star. That's what you wanted.
That's nice.
Well, he recognized you in some fucking overalls. I'm telling you, that one of those two employees are gonna call. Oh yeah, they already called. This guy's already looking outside. I see it. I see. I already got him zoomed in.
You look suspicious.
Oh, he's gonna call.
We need the ID cookie. You look suspicious.
I ain't giving him shit. Just gonna invoke my right and not say another word. Yeah, I have a feeling they're on the way because the bank manager just popped his head out that side door. Yeah.
Jeff says, start asking cops if they know the Third Amendment, even though it never has anything to do with anything that they're doing. Yeah, I seriously doubt they know it. You know, if you ask them what the Second Amendment is because they got a pew pew on their hip, they know that one. But ask them what the first or any of the other ones are. You might be able to get them on which two, what two constitutional amendments cancel each other out. You know, what topic did they cancel each other out on? They might be able to answer that. But yeah,
Actually, you really want to mess them up, just start asking them what the 14th is.
They can barely make it up to the first one. Make it through the first one. Right?
I know, but 14th one is just so easy that you treat everybody equally. I mean, come on. That should be the easiest one.
Yeah, exactly.
I think I'm going to start doing that instead of the First Amendment like I've been doing. I think I'm just going to ask them the one question: what does the 14th Amendment protect?
Just
what's the
throw
14th
different
Amendment
ones out there. Just throw different ones out there. Even throw the second one out there. See if they get that one. I bet you they don't even know what that one is.
I was thinking the 6th. How about due process, mother effers?
Allie Bell says they don't even know the 5th, even when they give Miranda. I agree with that one.
In Texas until you're in front of the judge.
Jeff says, I believe I would house a military person before I would house any cop. Definitely. The whole thing behind the housing and the Third Amendment was to prevent or to give the homeowner the choice to allow the military person into their home. They didn't have to do it. That was the whole thing behind it, because that's what the British did. They
They didn't have a choice against it during wartime, but they had to be compensated fairly for it.
Exactly.
What Constitution is?
Hi, is this a non-emergency line at the police department?
Yes, it is.
Oh, so at least he didn't call 911, folks. He called non-emergency. I know it says 911 call on there, but he called non-emergency. And folks, we always recommend you call non-emergency when you need to call the police. Don't ever call 911 unless it's for a real emergency, folks. Never call 911.
Hi, my name's John Sines. I'm with First Financial Bank here in Burleson.
Okay.
And we have some First Amendment protesters out on our, just right outside our.
How could you protest?
I warned you.
First Amendment protester is an oxymoron.
This is the second time I've ever been called that.
First Amendment protester. That's such a freaking oxymoron. You can't be a First Amendment protest. How can you protest against the First Amendment?
That's crazy.
This shows you that people don't know their rights, man.
Jeff says, I would never call the police. Well, Jeff, never say never, because there might be that one time that, you really need to get them involved in something. But again, they're just as quick to go after you. But, again, dire emergency is the only time that I would call.
No.
Parking lot.
Like Jeff said, I would never call the police. A lot of us, I would never call the police. We have family members. We have brothers and cousins. We call them for tech support. We don't need to call some man or woman with a gun who don't even know the laws. That's stupid. That's dumb on your behalf to even call them, like expecting them to come over there and handle something, and they don't even know the laws.
Well, I mean, and we proved that once on our live stream or on the live stream that I did on Zombie Crawl, where the store owner assaulted the patron, and the patron got arrested for attempted theft when that never happened. They never did any investigation. And, you know, our videos helped get that person scot-free. You know, you know, we flagged down the police because we saw the assault, and they never even interviewed us. So, you know, you expect them to do their job, but they don't even know how to do their job. And
exactly. Never call the police. Never.
Oh, don't worry. I'm out there telling them how to do their job.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what we usually do, is we're out there telling them how to do their job.
Okay.
In the corner of Hewlin, and we can have somebody come out and ask them to leave, please.
Are they on your?
Leave
They're
for
on your
public
property.
They're on the property on this side of the street, just on the outside of the parking lot. But on.
Okay, so she asked, "Are they
outside,
on your?"
It's outside.
Yeah, she asked if they were on your property, and he goes, "They're on the property. They're just outside of our parking lot." So he doesn't even know where his property lines lie, folks.
Let me ask you this: does that look like it's just outside their parking lot? That looks like it's a good what?
It's way out of there.
Yeah, my ADD, time and distance are a mystery to me sometimes. So I would estimate that bet poorly at 30 feet.
Do you see where those bushes are?
Yeah.
Okay, so on this side of the tree, or just on this side of the tree, is where the property line begins for them. So I'm way on public property.
Because they don't own that grass and stuff.
Nope.
That's not theirs. Absolutely not. They didn't plant that tree.
Nope.
The city did. Yep.
Yeah, of course.
It's city and I believe county. Part of it's city and county right there, because what it is this part right here is where you're going to see us standing. What that is it's basically designed so later when they need to expand the roadway, because it's only like 2 lanes going this way or 2 or 3 lanes going either way, but it's designed because it's a highway, like an old highway. Is designed to be expanded, and you'll see the sewage ditch, the power line. You'll see all the utility lines, because when I point it out to the cop, you'll see what I'm talking about.
Exactly. Yeah.
The grass there, and they're filming all of our employees leaving and customers.
What's the address there?
Filming everything.
Not too far from y'all.
Okay, and you said, I'm sorry, what was your name?
John.
What's a good phone number for you?
Great,
we'll get somebody over there.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
And her crazy ass still sent officers.
All right, guys. Well, good luck.
Hopefully it'll be here shortly.
Officer.
With his
He took a mandatory FMLA leave, so they couldn't fire him. He couldn't testify. He couldn't do shit. And then the minute her case was done, he came back from FMLA leave, and they fired him.
Yeah. And the problem is, what about taking away the immunity aspect of it, the qualified immunity?
Well, I'm working on my case right now because
start hitting them in their pensions, and this shit would stop.
Well, not just your
Most
pensions.
taxpayers.
It's technically.
They have insurance for that. That's even crazier.
Technically, if you look at Texas Penal Code 39.03 as abusive office for a cop, it's up to 1 year in jail, and then you have the federal 18.242 and 241. So conspiracy, and it's the same thing, but you got 2 years of, max sentence on that. So if I can't get it done to the state, I'm going to head over to the FBI office.
And folks, because it's all part of the government club, they never go after these things. Never. Even if it's blatant, like the last video, they never go after them for those things, because they just say, "Oh, just settle it settle it outside of criminal court."
Here's the problem: everybody wants to say sue us, but at the same time, nobody's trying to go through the actual. Like, we actually have a state code, and I'm sure every state has one: abuse of office or official oppression, which is basically the same thing 18.242 is, but it's in the state. State can prosecute it, because 18.242 only the feds can prosecute that. So if you try to do it at a state level, county, state, their own agency, somebody can pick that up within the state, but it's putting that pressure on, putting that massive public outcry, being able to call for it.
Right.
You know, I'm literally trying to hit them with a state oppression charge until I get it, because then I think once I can do it, I can set an example for an officer, and hopefully maybe it'll start following and suit in some departments. But because they get fired, they just bounce to another department here, man. There's so many agencies, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, and the other thing is too, Bezy, is that we have in Nevada, you know, there's qualified immunity at the federal level for most officers, but there's also qualified immunity at the state level. And here in Nevada, we don't have qualified immunity at the state level. So, but hardly anybody uses the state level. They usually try to go for the federal because, you know, there's more money at the federal level. But the qualified immunity.
Have them charged criminally at the state level, and then sue them at the federal level.
Well, the problem is charging them criminally at the federal or state level is getting a state prosecutor to pick up the case and start running with it. But because of the government club, they never do.
Massive outcry.
And that's the only way to get it done. And then it's a rare instance that ever happens in any state. So, but let's continue.
Because I've got a guy that put his hands on me with, he didn't even have RAS. He didn't, call for service because I wouldn't leave somewhere and I was on a public sidewalk. But yeah, and I've already dealt with Burleson. They know who I am, so the minute they pop up, it's either going to be hit or miss. I either get some new guy that don't know what he's doing, or
Coming right now or no?
I'm pretty sure. I saw the bank manager pop his head out. 2 employees have already driven
any
off.
Employees come and ask y'all what you were doing?
Not yet. A lot of times they won't.
Well, they probably know.
No, a lot of times they'll just call.
Yeah, the call is say you're a First Amendment protester.
45 minutes. Now with that triggering and 2 other bank triggering, we might give it an extra.
BZ, you're a First Amendment protester, dude.
10 or 15
I'm
minutes.
a constitutionalist. I
but
support all
outside
the
of that, if they don't show up, then we'll just.
Oh, for sure, brother. We already know. The people are just confused. We can help them out. We'll educate them.
Just hop, leave, and go to another location.
We did this location in Midlothian.
Midlothian.
They sent me a cease and desist letter to take the video down.
And it took forever for the cops to show up. There were 6 cops that drove past us before they even showed up.
All right, guys.
Thank you.
Thank
Appreciate
you for
you,
what
Mike.
you're doing.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much. Fighting for us, man. I'm a firm believer in it. Fuck the
We're doing the Judd Nelson Breakfast Club.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to the people.
Exactly.
Shout out to BZ.
Yep, Burleson's showing up. There's a cop right there. Right there.
Here we go.
Right there pulling in at the intersection.
As KCA would say, here we go.
Oh.
He's going to pull around and see what we're doing. And guess what? We're not on their property, and we're trying to find out if this was caused by the wind. Don't you dare go over there. Step back. Yeah, because he's going inside. He's pulling around over here. See? He's right there.
You see, the best way for this to happen is the cop goes in and goes, they're allowed to be out there, and then goes back and does whatever he was doing before, being a road pirate or whatever.
That's what you would think.
That's what you would think, but that doesn't happen. And then usually they come out and go, "Oh, we got to talk to both sides. You got a CID. You know, I need my crack. I need my drugs. You know, my ID drug for the day."
Crack. And by the way, he didn't have his body camera on during that part.
Oh, breach of policy.
And you'll see that here because I got 4 minutes of body cam footage, and it's only when he rolled up. When you watch this part with the cop too, count how many times he lies.
Depending on how they do it, I usually ask them for name and badge number, ask for the CAD number. If they're unprofessional, then I'll report them. I got the unit number. But as long as they do that, I'm polite. But if they start,
see, look at all that roadway too.
Rights.
Look where I'm at.
I have that luxury.
Pole, fire hydrant. Look at all those power line.
And I'm going to go stand here or something.
Their property doesn't really begin, in my opinion, until you reach those hedges and that big First National Bank sign. So that's where they're.
You see that tree right there too? That right in front of me.
Yeah,
it's about where the property line starts. You see the shadow where the power lines are running across from the tree to the hedges.
Yeah,
it's basically their property line.
Yeah, I agree with you there.
His driver's side.
Let's see how far back I am. The reason I stood here is so I was on his driver's side, so he couldn't leave without giving me the CAD number.
That was
So
smart.
I'm standing right here, so I'm on his driver's side.
See, I even said it right there in the
Unless
video.
he turns around and leaves. What's that? Like I said, as long as you stay on this side of the poles, you're good.
Look at that easement, man. All roadway right there. Look at the light pole down there at the end.
Is he gonna turn around and leave, or is he gonna?
Yeah, a lot of municipalities are starting to do this now, where they overdevelop extra areas in case the road, traffic starts getting congested and they need to make more road.
Yep, that's what BC means.
Yeah, that's what he was saying earlier. So yeah, this is still all state and city property here.
Gonna come all the way up here.
Even where she's standing is still government property. And here,
Did they call?
Yes, sir, they did.
Oh.
Hey, just real fast. Ultimately, all they're wanting to do is criminally trespass y'all so that y'all can't come back. Y'all are on their property right now.
We're on an easement.
Oh, there's a lie. Okay, lie number one.
So
you want to check the Johnson County appraisal plat?
They have their whatever file that shows that this is their property, and they don't want you.
Oh,
on
you're just
there.
mad about
lie
the
number
videos
two.
I put out on
No,
there.
I'm not.
Lie number two.
Oh yeah, you are, Roy. Come on now.
I don't care about any of that.
Yeah.
I called him by his first name.
All I want to do is.
You are wrong. This is an easement, man. Your city
His name is
utilities are
Roy.
All they're wanting to do is criminally
Roy
trespass.
Denbo.
They have the right.
I'm not planning on coming on.
They
What's
want
up,
to criminally. They want to criminally
I said, yeah,
trespass
you. Are, Roy.
Oh, geez, this guy is so he's trying to punch above his weight class. He's drowning here, and he don't even realize it.
Yeah, he wasn't ready for you, BZ. He wasn't ready, bro.
Last time I caught him, he had unlawfully stopped a lady, was searching the car, had his murder gloves on, which is what I call them, and he looked like he was palming something, like he was going to plant some stuff in it. But that's good old Roy right there. And you're going to hear me bring up that video actually here in this video. I'm going to bring it up to him. Watch
Cool.
how butthurt.
Yeah, he's going to need that butthurt cream.
That ain't gonna happen. That ain't gonna happen. See, that's how you guys fish when I'm not even there. You haven't even verified with the county plat whether I'm on their property or this is an easement.
Well, listen to me. Regardless of whether or not you're wanting to identify yourself
Supervisor.
or not, you want a supervisor?
I'm gonna vote my Fifth Amendment right and my First Amendment and ask for a supervisor. No. Denbo, he's been under investigation by me for a while. Yep, and I'm glad I got him.
He doesn't know what an easement is?
No.
That's an easement.
Error.
He doesn't know what an easement is.
He doesn't know what to say.
I got one for that. Where is it? Where did I have it here? Modem. Where's the modem sound? Media assets. I thought I had modem in there. Oh no, I lost it. Oh, here it is.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
Can't process.
Yeah, he didn't show you the plat map. Stop, man. Can't on a freaking city utility, bro. You guys have that fire stuff. That is not there. That's why their bushes are there. That's why their signage is on that side of the property line. Come on, man. You should know better.
Well, listen, if y'all want to speak to a supervisor, that's fine.
Yeah.
All I'm trying to do is get you identified. So that
Okay, then guess what?
Oh man, that guy is really addicted to the ID cookie, man.
Did you see, or are you reading any of this stuff up top if you go back slightly a hair to see the text before this?
Let me see if I can, won't let me arrow. So let me just control it here. Okay. Roy Denbell was suspended 2 weeks without pay in 2022.
I hit play and we'll see what the next set of words are.
Come on, man. You should know better.
Well, listen, if y'all want to speak to a supervisor, that's fine.
Yeah.
For arresting another officer for public intoxication instead of a DWI with witness. Oh, so he gave him a lesser charge of public intoxication rather than a felony driving while intoxicated.
Lost for thee, not for me.
He got a 2-week suspension. He got a 2-week vacation without pay for that.
And mind you, he probably just used his PTO so he could get paid.
You want to know who the witnesses were?
Other officers?
The fire department.
The fire department.
Oh, wow.
Part of that government club.
Pulled into the fire department. He pulled into hit with all kinds of damage on his car.
Oh, geez. Claudette says it's extremely dangerous for a law enforcement officer to be this ignorant of the law. Again, Claudette, that's the reason why here at Sacramento Community Watch, we say that we want to put the law back into law enforcement. They spend too much time training on guns and everything else. When you think of officer training, what's the one thing everybody knows right off at the top of their head? It's DWI week. It's DWI week.
Why can't we put peace officer back into law enforcement officer?
Right. That too. Peaceful, yes. Jeff, he tore the pages out in school, did not read them. He ate them. but yeah, folks.
I was thinking he wiped his ass and got a paper cut with him.
Well, you know, when they don't have the toilet paper in the men's room at the police station, I think they might use copies of the Constitution. You know,
I believe that.
By the way, he's only been there since 2019, but he did get a complaint that they covered up when he was in training with his FTO. They literally it was a Fourth Amendment violation, and they gave him a slap on the wrist. But it goes back to those training officers and the culture of the department.
Oh yeah, definitely. And again, if they put more of the law back in law enforcement rather than training them on guns and to be fearful of the public, and we would have a much better law enforcement culture. But unfortunately, we don't train them in law, and it's like what happened with Chief England in his case when we asked the law enforcement officer, Tony the Tyrant, what a lawful order was. He basically, short and sweet, anything that comes out of his mouth is a lawful order, and that's not what it is. So they don't even know what a lawful order is. It's just insanity.
Stupid.
Okay, then guess what? I want them trespass from Fort Worth, everywhere in Fort Worth.
Good luck.
Oh, you know what? Hold on. I want these guys trespass from that apartment complex. You know how ridiculous this sounds? Because they've never stepped foot. I've never stepped foot on their. They can, and I'm not planning on going on their property, nor have I gone on their property. Do I plan on going on the property?
That's cool. Ultimately, all they're wanting to do is have it logged in our system just in case.
Great. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Log it. You don't need my information.
Texas Penal Code.
See, Texas Penal Code 3802, failure to identify. Basically, this is something that if people don't actually identify, this is something that they quote and, book people on constantly, if not every day, every other day. You would think that they would know this law inside and out, but they don't.
Now, I'll let you know, subsection B says, if you give false or fictitious information when detained, arrested, or you happen to be a witness in a crime, then you can be charged. But this subsection A, it says you have to be lawfully arrested, and if you refuse after lawfully arrested, then you can be charged with. It's a secondary crime.
Right, but they can't get you on B if you refuse as well.
No,
because at that point you're not giving false information. So
That's right. And most people, the only reason they're going to give them a false or fictitious information is typically because they have a warrant out.
Well, and here's the thing here in Nevada is we don't have a failure to ID law. We have NRS 171.123, which is why I can remember that one. It's actually a detainment by a police officer. So the first two parts of the subsection covers that you have to, how a law enforcement officer when a law enforcement officer can detain you. First part says that they have to have the reasonable articulable suspicion of the crime. Second part says that if you...
I have to correct something. Jerry Farrell Jr. says they keep adding. No, they haven't. Read the statute, guys. James Freeman is wrong. He gave out wrong information. He has the statute up on the screen. He gave wrong information. Go do your homework. Go read the statute. Go learn. Go like these cops. Go open a book. No offense to you people, but go open a book. Go read the actual statute. They haven't voted on it. They haven't passed it. It took effect a year ago. It was changed in 2023 when it was voted on. It has not been updated since. Y'all need to stop listening to garbage on the internet. Go do your own homework.
Yes, folks, we always recommend that you go and double check your laws in your area and make sure you read your laws so you understand your laws and know your rights. Don't always take what we say here on YouTube or what any YouTube personality says to heart, unless, you know, they're in the law tube community. But even then, a bad lawyer can give you bad advice, folks. So always double check your work, double check other people's works. Don't take their advice on it just because, you know, we're not lawyers. We don't say that we are or anything like that, but you know, we've read the laws, we know what's going on. But like I said, here in Nevada, the second part of the law says that if you have that they can detain you if they believe that you have broken, you know, your probation or parole or whatever. But then the third part says that you have to identify once they detain you, and then the fourth part of that law says that they only have an hour to keep you detained in that area. So, you know, it's just, I mean, detainment here in Nevada is a little bit weird because, you know, you got the Terry v. Ohio detainment, then you also have the NRS 171.123. But again, they'll say, oh, you want me to arrest you for failure to ID? There is no failure to ID law here in Nevada. It's detainment by a police officer.
Well, Hipple versus Nevada came out of the 6th Judicial District. It's a Supreme Court ruling. It only tells you that you only have to tell the officer how you identify. I identify as a free American or a good citizen. So I don't know about you guys, but you don't have to give up your name. You just have to tell them how you identify.
I identify as a pink bunny.
There you go.
Well, good thing you did, because Easter was just right behind us. So, you know.
I put a shot in.
Let's get going, guys.
I have to identify only if I have,
Been lawfully arrested. Listen, I'm not arguing that. All I was wanting to do is see if y'all were even willing to identify.
And I'm sorry.
Oh, there's that lie.
I'm sorry. Shout out to Carolina Fort Worth. She's awesome.
Yep. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to her channel as well, folks.
Yep.
30.05.
That's fine, okay? And here's the thing. They don't want you on your property.
I've never stepped foot, so.
Property, so don't go back on their property.
And even if I had, they still got to ask me to leave, and I got to have a reasonable amount of time to leave. I've never been on their property.
Did you give them that opportunity?
I've never even talked to them. They never came out and talked to me.
They never came back.
No, that's why I was asking you.
Never obviously conducted an investigation. You know, he's just wanting the ID. He's just wanting the ID cookie so that way he has power over you.
Yeah, stupid. Don't do your investigation, officer. You're wasting my time.
If he wants that ID drug, he needs to go to the DMV. Go get it at the source.
Yeah,
you know,
where he can get a whole bundle for $1.
I'd buy that for $1.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. We had a gentleman who recognized her and stopped by and said hello and everything, again, on the easement. We've never stepped foot. This is probably maybe about right there, which is where the telephone pole is, the closest we've been to stepping foot on the property.
Now he scratches his beard trying to figure out what the hell's next.
I can't, I'm not going to confirm nor deny at this moment whether he asked the demand
The
ID.
only way that I can log criminal trespass is by asking you if you were really.
See, the only way he can log it, it's all about putting it into his computer. And he's just, it's the whole, you know, they're a taxpayer. They pay my salary, you know, more than you as a taxpayer do. So we're going to give them extra privileges because, you know, they're a major source of revenue for our town. So we're going to do what they say.
I'm going to tell you right now, I came from 20 years in the automobile industry selling cars and stuff, okay? I also train salespeople. These guys get a lot of sales training. The one thing they teach you at a car dealership and the thing they teach you in the academy is always get that person's ID and get their information so you can put them in the computer in their database. So that way, if the case they leave, you've got their name, their address, their phone number, blah, 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 blah. So you can call them back. Same sales techniques that I learned in the car business. Same thing right here that they're learning. What's this? BZY owns this. Wait, who wrote that? What was that? Owns this officer attempting to get the ID.
That's one of our banners.
Oh, okay.
It's a StreamYard banner.
Where'd that come from?
I did. I put it out there. It was supposed to be a ticker, but just ignore it.
Hey, I like
I'm not going to volunteer to be criminal.
Nice.
What was that?
Hey, I said I like how big and bold it was, but rewind it about another 5 seconds so you don't miss what he's about to say and what I'm about to say.
I'm going to confirm or deny at this moment whether he asked or demanded
The
ID.
only way that I can log criminal trespass is by asking you if you really
I'm not going to volunteer to be criminal trespass on a property I've never stepped foot on. That doesn't make any sense.
He said he wanted to get us.
So listen, I'm not going to sit here and argue with you guys about it. Okay?
Look, if you don't want to
Too
argue,
late.
that's fine. I don't need a supervisor. I just need the CAD number, man, because I'm going to pull the 911 call to see what they said. Hey, let me get the CAD number.
Oh, let me play that. Let me play that.
Go get my CAD number, little doggy. Go run and do what I tell you to do.
Funny.
Oh, it's not over yet.
That's a walk of shame.
You're gonna get the body cam view footage right here of me of just. You're gonna see me.
At least wait till I get my CAD number.
And here we go.
I've made a few videos about Denbo.
He looks just so dejected.
He's on TG's list too. Gas station on that one search.
Oh, searching without probable cause?
Yeah, I'm sure he remembers me from about 6 to 8 months ago.
You search without probable cause?
John Jones gas station.
talk to y'all about any of that. Okay, just don't on the property.
Never planned on it.
Told you he was butthurt.
Don't want to.
Now would be a good time to play
Get
the
out
song.
of his way. Get out of his way.
Oh, you're gonna get to play it again.
Now I'm gonna pull that body cam.
And there's the body cam footage. Here he comes. He's gonna roll up and turn it on.
And folks, the reason why it's muted is it usually records 30 seconds beforehand before they activate it, just in case something should happen. But once they activate it, the sound comes on.
Beep beep. You know, that's what it always does. That.
Look at my Deadpool shirt.
Ultimately, all they're wanting to do is criminal trespass y'all, so that y'all can't come back. Y'all are on their property right now.
We're on an easement, sir.
So
you want to check the Johnson County appraisal file?
They have their whatever file that shows that this is their property, and they don't want you
on
on
you're just
there.
mad about the videos I put out.
No, I'm not.
Oh yeah, you are, Debbie boy. Come on now.
I don't care about any of that. Yeah. So listen, all I want to do is.
You are right. This is an easement now. You're city utilities.
Well, listen, all they're wanting to do is criminally trespass you, anyways. They have the right to do that.
I'm not planning on coming on coming in. But
so
you know
all
what?
we want to do is get you identified so that we can issue that criminal trespass to you.
See, that's how you guys fish when I'm not even there. You haven't even verified with the county plat whether I'm on their property. Okay. This is an easement.
Well, listen to me. Regardless of whether or not you're wanting to identify yourself or not, or you think you want to supervise?
I'm going to vote my Fifth Amendment right and my First Amendment.
So maybe he can just figure this
out.
No. Denbo, he's been under investigation by me for a while.
Okay, has.
Yep, and I'm glad I got him.
He doesn't know what an easement is?
No.
Because that's an
I know. I'm still sassy, bro.
We're on this
He doesn't
side.
know what an easement is.
I love it, bro. I love it.
He doesn't know what it is.
Yeah, he didn't show you the
So
plat.
this right here is their property.
Nope.
Can't on a freaking city utility, bro. You guys have that fire.
And why is there a square on Carolina's face? You put that on there?
Because I didn't want to send it all the way to the Attorney General and wait 3 months because I could get body cam footage there.
Okay.
Anybody else that's in the footage other than me, they have to redact unless she wanted to give up her driver's license and stuff for privacy stuff.
Oh, you're kidding me. They wanted you. Oh,
no,
geez.
but I will say this. I can get body cam footage from this department all the time, but they redact all the private information. So if the person gets blacked out, any of their personal information, license plate numbers, it all gets redacted like this with software. So, but I would usually just do that so I could find out if the traffic stop was like a bogus one. So I didn't want it to go all the way through the Attorney General, wait 3 months and forget about it. And so usually it's because I was hot on something. So this one, I just wanted to see, really what I wanted was to see if he had it on when he was talking to the complainant, which he didn't. So we don't know what the complainant said. So all the lies he was telling, I was catching him because I already knew what this guy's script is. I already know what this MO is. The guy lies and plants stuff. It's the only way he's been able to survive as a cop at this department for a while.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because Carolina Footworth is a pretty lady, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, whoa, why did they block her face out? The officers should be the one being blocked.
You know, she's actually like 61 years old, right?
No, I didn't know that.
I don't think
Shout
she's
out
supposed
to
to
her.
let me, I don't think she wants me to tell anybody, but too late. It's on the internet.
We'll have to go back and redact it later.
We love her, and we love her work. Shout out to her.
The news station is the one that put it out when she got dropped on her face. So,
ooh,
yeah, that was crazy.
That is not there. That's why their bushes are there. That's why their signage is on that side of the property line. Come on, man. You should know
animated.
Well, listen, if y'all want to speak to a supervisor, that's fine.
Yeah.
All I'm trying to do is get you identified so that we
Okay,
can
then
issue the
guess
criminal
what? I want
trespass.
them trespass from Fort Worth. Everywhere in Fort Worth.
Good luck.
Oh, you know what?
We
Hold
can't
on.
do that.
I want these guys trespass from that apartment complex.
Can't do
You know how
that either.
ridiculous this sounds? Because they've never stepped foot. I've
Well, they
never
can
stepped foot
deny
on their.
service to anybody that they want to.
They can, and I'm not planning on going on their property.
Well, you see, that's the whole thing that the cop doesn't understand is they could trespass anybody they want to at any time once you're on the property. They just can't. They just can't willy nilly. You know. Well, they could. They could come out and go, "Don't step foot on my property." The moment they do, that's the problem. But they just can't CTO somebody for just standing out on the sidewalk. That's just
look at Kurt Bronson's comment.
Kurt Bronson. Bezy Watchdog is the Texas version of the Siberian tiger.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Definitely.
I love the Siberian tiger, man. He's crazy,
me too,
man.
bro.
I love it.
He is hilarious. He is
We
hilarious.
have featured him on our live streams, folks. Go back and take a watch on Sacramento Community Watch, folks.
I'll tell you what, he goes like, I mean, he's like, I mean, I rarely ever scream at a cop. I will use my intellect, my tongue lashing, my sarcasm, my hand gestures, and animation. But unless they're in my face screaming at me like that guy Thor I was telling you about, I don't usually get very loud and confrontational. But look, I mean, look how I'm pointing. Look at my face. Look at my body language as I'm talking to this cop. I'm just being a sarcastic ass, and I'm just pointing out logic. Like, oh, they want me I want them trespass from that apartment complex. I mean, come on, dude. Really?
Same deal.
I want $1 million, but it ain't gonna happen. Just like when he goes, "I need your ID." I'm like, it ain't gonna happen.
Your style also reminds me of NC Tyrant Hunter as well.
Oh yeah.
I think he's a little bit more calm and reserved than I am.
And I will say I'm one of the auditors that go out. Now I will use curse words if I have to because the officers already pissed me off, and I do raise my voice sometimes if the officers are disrespectful and unprofessional. That's how we deal with them.
But yeah, he's quick with the BAM though.
On their property, do I plan on going on the property?
And that's cool. Ultimately, all they're wanting to do is have it logged in our system just in case y'all do it.
All they want to do is make sure it's logged in our system. No, officer, that's a lie. That's a lie. You want to log him in your system so that way you can use it as a form of intimidation tactics.
Yep. Retaliation and all of that.
Exactly.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Do you know what 3802 is?
In reference to what?
3802 says that Texas Penal Code 3802 says that I have to identify
And I'm not. Listen, I'm not arguing that. All I was wanting to do is see if y'all were even willing to identify.
See how quick he changed it from "I need to." Oh, I'm just seeing if you're willing.
And Carolina was so thrown back, like, what? Oh, this officer's a joke, dude.
Yeah, you don't even know the law.
If you're not wanting to, that's fine, okay? But here's the thing. They don't want you on your property.
I never stepped
on their property, so don't go back on their property.
And even if I had, they still got to ask me to leave, and I got to have a reasonable amount of time to leave.
Did you give them that opportunity?
Never even talked to them. They never came out.
Okay, they never came back out.
No, that's why I was
And he never did his investigation. Never did his investigation.
asking you, did they call? Because obviously
yeah, they did. That's why I'm here.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. We had a gentleman who recognized her and stopped by and said hello and everything. Again, on the easement. We've never stepped foot. This is probably
But wait,
maybe about right there, which is where the telephone pole is the closest we've been to
just a
stepping
minute
foot on
ago,
the
he said
property.
he needed our identification to identify us. Now he's saying
I'll go back and
want
play.
to get
I can't. I'm not gonna confirm or deny at this moment whether he asked.
The only way that I can log a criminal trespass is by asking you if you're willing.
I'm not gonna volunteer to criminal trespass on a property I've never stepped.
And nobody should volunteer their ID on a criminal trespass.
Look how
You
my
should no
head's
need
all-
for it.
BZ, shout out to you, brother.
Already. Well, this doesn't make any sense.
Shout out to you, brother.
Roll it back 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Okay.
Roll it back 5 seconds. Just listen to what I say when I'm about to.
He said he wanted to get us identified.
So listen, I'm not going to sit here and argue with you guys about it, okay?
But if you don't want to argue, that's fine. I don't need a supervisor. I just need the CAD number, man, because I'm going to pull the 911 call to see.
You don't want to argue, go away.
I can get that to you right now.
I like how she said, if you don't want to argue, go away.
Go get me
What
my
was
CAD
that?
number, little. I said, go get my CAD number, little doggy. Go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked how her comment. If you don't want to argue, then go away.
I can get that to you right now.
He's thinking, fuck, I got owned.
He's so offended.
Hurry up, doggy.
He can't even think how to write it down. He's so rattled. Dude, 2500, and there's like 64 digits. Come on, ain't that hard, buddy?
Yeah, I'm sure he remembers me from about 6 to 8 months ago.
You searching that probable cause?
John Jones gas station.
I'm not going to talk to y'all about it either. Okay, yeah, I mean, just don't go on their property because they're not wanting you back on there. Okay? All righty. Y'all have a better rest of y'all's day, man.
Hey, he got clowned. That officer was clown, bro.
Oh, by the way,
Now I'm
everybody
gonna pull that
already
body
seen
cam
this
footage.
because the records people know me pretty well, and I'm gonna tell you right now, they don't have much love for the police department as far as in the officers. So they all sitting there watching the video, laughing and clowning. They had their notifications turned on every time I went live. They were watching my live stream, so
Because they were knowing you were going to come in the next day to get the records, and they were ready for you, I bet.
pretty much.
Shout out to
Every
his
time
records people, man.
Every time I was down there live streaming after the first traffic stop, they'd all be recalled back to the police department and hide for 2 to 3 hours.
And Jeff goes, and it was at that moment he realized he effed up.
It was at that time. At that moment he realized he fucked up.
Now you get to play your
Oh yeah. Let me get the.
at this point he's leaving.
There's two. Hey, stay on that side of the. See how I called his fucking bluff?
I gotta get you identified. It's criminal trespassing.
Well, stay on this left side. You got to stay on this left side of the fire hydrant, especially with his view, his preview. Look, I'm telling you right now, that is a dirty cop, and that's why I got confrontational with him, because I know what he was about to do. Did you see how I said, how are you going to get my ID and criminally trespass me on property I've never stepped foot on? All right, that was Officer Denbo, who's been unprofessional under my investigation. Try to pull that shit, so I've got the card number along with CAD number. And so we got Denbo right there.
It's pretty much over on this video.
Hey,
But-
was he mad or no?
Was he what?
Was he mad or no? He was super mad.
Oh,
Yeah, it's an expression saying basically he was mad, but saying, "Are you mad or no?" Like, yeah, you say that when you know somebody's mad.
Well, check this out. The funny part about that whole situation is that oh man, where was I going to go with that? Just a second. Oh, so when I was down there, I was working for Uber last year, and I was renting a red Tesla between 2 different cities. They weren't getting my identification because when they ran the tags, it came back to the rental car company. So they were just referring to me as the red Tesla guy. That's what the Bolos were saying. Be on the lookout for this guy in a red Tesla recording. He's a First Amendment auditor. So,
you think that you're on the watch list?
they got me on a Bolo, not the watch list. They
got me on
not
a
yet.
few of them. They got me on a few of them here
well,
in Reno and Sacramento.
If I am, oh well, I don't care. They're gonna get to know who I am anyways, especially when I keep dropping these lawsuits on them.
Definitely.
Hey, BZ, are you able to stay and watch a video from Guerilla Copwatch? If you guys
Brother,
are
I gotta
familiar,
get up in 3 hours and 18 minutes.
oh shit, you're counting the time.
Well, man, we hope you have a good night, and thanks for joining us, man. We greatly appreciate it. You're more than welcome to come back on. And if any other auditors are out there watching and want to join us, just drop us an email at sacramentocommunitywatch@gmail.com, and we'll try to get you in even if we're live. So
the only reason I've already made plans to go, I got a lot of errands I got to run. I got to drive places to go pick up records. The weather is going to be possibly rough, so I may not be able to audit unless it's inside a building. And I've just been staying away from buildings because inside government buildings have not been good for the clicks, man. I'm telling you right now, the public sidewalk, just literally staying on a public sidewalk has been, it's the most traditional form you can do. And people are just freaking out about goddamn sidewalk. So you know what? The Karens and the cops, even the cops can't get it right sometimes. It's even better. But
never. Yep.
No, but I don't mind coming back on here again. KCA, he's still in the house. I would love for you guys to bring him up.
Definitely. KCA, shoot us an email over at Sacramento Community Watch gmail.com or Reno News Now at outlook.com, and we'll get you in on the next live stream. Definitely.
No, I do want to. Okay, me and KCA talk every day, and I don't really want to drop the all the news on it, but he's getting ready to put out an audit, but you're only going to see the arrest. That's all I'm going to let you know. He's just putting out the arrest for right now. So I think he's dropping that video. I don't know if he's...
Yeah, it's in a month, right?
It's going to be over the weekend.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think
he's going to be dropping it over the weekend.
Oh, okay.
So he's going to
check out watch the channel because he's going to be dropping a video every day until the end of the month.
Hey, folks, be sure to slide over to Kansas City Accountability, like, share, and subscribe to his channel so we don't miss any of that.
And
I'm already
have
my notifications on.
Set the bell to all so you don't miss anything of the bangers that apparently Bezy Watchdog has let us know that are coming up here, man.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll tell you right now, I've heard the conversation from the video. And I'm going to tell you right now, the charges he picked up, there ain't no way that they're going to be able to prosecute him once you see that video. I haven't seen it. I've only heard the conversation. And I can tell you right now, it's not going to be good for that cop. That qualified immunity is gone. And by the way, I've already helped him type up his motion to quash because he is representing himself right now. And once he gets this dismissed, I will be helping him type up some other stuff. I've got some people in my circle, and we're going to help take things pro se as far as we can until we can't take it any further. So
you're damn right.
Wonderful.
Hey, and let your people contact our people, and our people will contact your people, and we all become people.
Exactly. But yeah, if you could get KCA on here, and like I said, guys, make sure. Oh, by the way, the body camera footage I ordered tonight, I saw it in Discovery, so I know there was a lot of cover up. And I'm going to tell you right now, when I get that hour or that 104 minutes of body cam footage between 3 cops, y'all are going to shit yourself about police misconduct and conspiracy. That one is probably going to go right to the Texas Rangers or the FBI.
Oh, shit.
BZ, Casey is telling you need to keep your mouth shut there, man. Putting up the shushes.
No, he's putting shushes, but I'm just giving y'all a little. Y'all gonna watch the video when he drops it.
Hey, shout out
definitely.
to Bobby. Shout out to Bobby Swisher, folks. Shout out to that man right there. A real supporter right there. Shade up to him.
Trust me, I know what the videos transcript says because I heard it, but I can't tell you. Y'all, I'm just gonna tell you right now, it's gonna be a banger, and you guys are gonna shit yourself how far this cop went. And I told him, never mind, I ain't gonna tell you guys what I told him.
Well, anyways, we need to move on to other videos, man. So, but thanks for streaming along with us, man.
Yeah, thank you, bro.
Have a good one.
You guys have a good night, guys.
Thank you.
Okay, so our next video, folks. We're only going to do one more video here, folks. We're kind of running low on time here. Let me get them queued up here.
Hey, but we appreciate you guys for joining us. We love you guys so much for sticking with us and reviewing these videos with us. Much love and support from you guys. We appreciate it.
Let's see here. I'm going to pull up this video here. The worst police department pulled over for nothing and let go at the end. Let's go ahead.
Let's watch the other one. The
other one. Okay, so West Sacramento police think they can tell us what to do. Let me go get it queued up here.
It's a shorter video.
Yeah, okay. Let's see. West Sacramento. Okay, here we go.
Have you ever heard of the plain view doctrine? I can film anything I can see in public.
You're too close to me.
Oh, boo-hoo.
Oh,
no, I'm okay right here. You can go on the driver's side. No, I'm okay right here. Close your door. I don't want you guys to think I want to get in your car. I'm just here to record. You guys know who I am. Who said what is too close? According to California law, I'm allowed to record 148 section G.
We had a big discussion about 148G a long time ago.
Yeah. All right, well, get in your car then. I ain't stopping you. No, I'm okay right here.
Stand over there. Stand over there. I don't want you to...
I stepped 1 foot. There you go.
Well, it's a safety issue. I want you off. Please back off.
All right, then back up for me, sir. You have a gun. Back up. I'm in fear. I have a camera, bro. Stop acting like a kid. Stop. Do your job. Then just don't talk to me. That's it. I don't know what too close is. There's no law in California that says within X amount of... Then do your job. I'm here to record, clearly. Thanks for
boss, I'll be right back.
I'm just sitting here recording.
We had a big discussion about 148G a long time ago.
Yeah, and I'm okay
when
when
right to record, but an officer can still give you a legal order to be in a certain place while recording. You can't just walk up into a traffic stop.
Wow, look at all these for... Wow, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 for a camera. Wow.
And folks, be sure to stay tuned with the Sacramento Community Watch. We will be going live in Sacramento here in a week. And we're definitely going to be out in West Sacramento. Guys, keep watching.
This is ridiculous. 4 people for a camera. It shows how much he was so scared. I'm shocked we didn't get the wambulance. Wambulance.
Wambulance.
Yeah, like we said, you got to call 911 to get the ambulance and the feelings police. You know, that's what it is.
I love his intro, by the way. It's so dope.
No, I'm okay.
You're too close to my car.
Oh, what law is that?
They never know the laws. Never.
That's because there is no law about distance between officers.
Bingo.
I don't know why he's so worried about his car.
Hey, shout out to Guerilla Copwatch. He does Copwatch and audits in the city of Sacramento, just like I do. Much love to him.
Now I'm going to ask you to step back.
No, I'm okay.
Back away from my car. You're making me upset.
I didn't see him with his tack vest on. He normally wears a tack vest. He has a scanner and everything. He can hear the police communications with second from you know. It's crazy.
All right, well, call your supervisor. He knows who I am. No, I'm okay. You're too close. Who said? What is too close? According to California law, I'm allowed to record 148 Section G. All right, well, get in your car then. I ain't stopping you. No, I'm okay right here. I'm okay right here. You know, have you ever
Oh,
heard
God.
of doctrine? I can film anything I can see in public. You're too close to
See, he's purposely getting in on this side.
Exactly.
He can go in on the driver's side. This is his police vehicle. He's getting in on this side so that way he can cause a confrontation with Guerilla Copwatch, so that way he can say that he was interfering with police duties. It's a downright dirty tactic.
Oh, boo-hoo. Oh, no, I'm okay right here. You can go on the driver's side. No, I'm okay right here. Close your door. I don't want you guys to think I want to get in your car. I'm just here to record. You guys know who I am. Welcome to record, but you're too close. What law is that? I just want to know. If you're saying I'm too close, what law is that? You're obstructing my traffic stop. I'm not. I'm just standing here wanting to record. Stand over there. Stand over there. I don't want you to... I stepped 1 foot. There you go. Well, it's a safety issue. I want you off. Please back off. All right,
Hey,
then, back
Chief,
up
I gotta
for
go
me,
take
sir.
care of
You
something
have a
again.
gun.
I'm sorry.
Back up. I'm in fear. I have a camera, bro. All right, I'll wait for your backup. Stop acting like a kid. Stop. Do your job. I'm okay. Let them know it's Jimmy Anderson, First Amendment auditor. Oh my God. You guys know who I am. I'm a well-known First Amendment auditor. Then do your job. I'm here to record clearly.
Yeah, it's clear as day that this officer is just being a big old baby. Like, do your job. As much as you're sitting there trying to argue and debate back and forth, this traffic stop would have already been done and over with by now. He's delaying his own traffic stop. Stupid.
Thanks for giving me a video. This ain't gonna went this simple of just a normie. You guys, plenty of you guys are just a normie. Wow. I ignore you too when you're not. Then just don't talk to me. That's it. I don't know what too close is. There's no law in California that says within X amount of feet.
Right.
Just call your backup. I'm fine. I'm just staying here recording.
That's West Sacramento Police for you folks. Over the river.
I'm going to keep both of my hands on my phone so you feel safe. Then do your job. Get on the other side of the car.
Right.
Okay, fine.
Stupid.
That's what you call it.
Some dumbass excuses, folks.
It's funny how most of your officers know me by first name. Do you know me?
I've never met you a day in my life, sir.
Then good.
Distract me from my stop.
Do your job. I'm here to record like normal.
Record and don't talk.
All right, I have the right to remain silent.
Did he just say record and don't talk? Just as disrespectful.
So funny how he walked on this side of the car. Let him know it's Jimmy Anderson, well-known First Amendment auditor. Your sergeant's gonna pull up on scene and start laughing at your ass. It's gonna be so funny. I thought my picture was up on the billboard or something in the office. And just to take note, I did back up. I was probably around that red line right there. So just so for camera view, I was probably in this area when he first approached. I was
Now I know y'all seen that other person just walk
up
past.
on the gutter.
He was, or she was, a lot closer than what he's. Ridiculous.
Recording near the window. Under the plain view doctrine, I can record anything in plain view. Just how they can look through a window and, you know, I thought this was gonna be quick. I mean, normally West Sac PD knows who I am. I guess this officer's a rookie.
Yep, they know who we are too. Whoop whoop. Raise the roof. So he's just standing around waiting for backup to show up, you know, prolonging the traffic stop, impeding his own investigation. He's got the passenger door open for what? Like, they hired the wrong people to be in law enforcement. They hired the wrong fucking people.
So the reason why he has the door open is because if he starts walking to the door, then you know, he has reason to pull out his taser and do things. It's just so silly.
Sitting there holding his vest, like, dude, you look stupid. I mean, you look like a person that's unfit to be a police officer.
Yeah, I'll be right back, boss.
That guy, what's up, bro? Thanks for joining us.
Oh, wow. Finally. Work smart. He called the ambulance? Did he call the ambulance? Did he call the ambulance? No. All right.
But I know who you are.
Well, he was over here.
I had a big discussion about 148G a long time ago.
Yeah, and I'm
it gives
okay
you the
when
right to record, but an officer can still give you a legal order to be in a certain place while recording. You can't just walk up into a traffic stop.
I've been right here the whole time.
Okay, but I'm just starting.
All right.
I love how they think that all of a sudden the entire public street and sidewalk belongs to them just because of one of their funky ass traffic stops. Nobody gives a shit about your traffic stop. Do your job, shut up, and keep it pushing. I don't understand why they think that, oh, just because I'm on a traffic stop, oh, I'm here. It means nothing to us. We're going to record regardless from a public sidewalk. Stupid.
All right, cool.
So,
like
I said, you're welcome to film, but you can't be that close to me or
I would disagree. I have heard the plain view doctrine. I have a good day. I'm not going to.
You and I had this conversation before.
Okay.
I was very respectful to
we all have our own state of.
You have no choice but to be respectful to him. Learn your job and keep it pushing.
Opinions.
You are allowed to record. It's not an opinion.
Wow, look at all these for. Wow, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 for a camera. Wow. This is ridiculous. 4 people for a camera.
Yeah,
it
that's
shows
embarrassing.
How much he was so scared. I'm shocked we didn't get the ambulance. Ambulance.
Hey, shout out to Guerilla Copwatch, man.
Thanks
you guys definitely go slide over to his channel, like, share, and subscribe. Let him know we sent you.
Oh, I got to go do what I got to do now, so I want to go over here.
All right, that is the end of that video. Let's see if we have any more here that we can go over. Well, we are actually at 1 hour and 54 minutes. And folks, we apologize. Reno News Now has dipped out for a few seconds here, but we greatly appreciate.
I'm back.
We greatly appreciate you guys for supporting us and tuning in today. Much love and respect to all of you who joined us. Is there anything else we gotta take care of? Because we're at a
no. Links to all the videos that we have featured or we're going to feature tonight are down in the description. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to all of our channels. They're in the links in the description as well. We only had one gift membership out there for a super chat by Chevy, who gifted 5 Bezy Watchdog memberships. Don't forget to, if you're watching this afterwards, send us a super thanks as well. But we do this for you folks. We do this to bring you education, bring you content that you guys can watch, love, and enjoy. So other than that, I mean, we're going to have to wish you all a good night.
And you guys be sure to check out our memberships. We do have memberships. Check those out. We would greatly appreciate it. And like I said, we love you guys. Thank you for joining us. You guys have a good night. Perseverance. Have a good night.
Thank you, folks. And